Welcome to News Now on TV360. Terrorist sect Boko Haram has issued a warning to the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump, saying the war has just begun. The sect, in a video message by its factional leader, Abubakar Shekau, says it is not overwhelmed by Trump's victory, but remains steadfast in its war against the Western world. The Boko Haram insurgency has raged on in Niger's northeast for about 7 years now. The group pledged its allegiance to ISIS last year. In the last 18 months, forces of Nigeria and its neighbors have recaptured most of the territory once controlled by Boko Haram. Despite the setbacks, Boko Haram still manages to stage regular suicide bombings in Nigeria and neighboring Chad, Niger and Cameroon. Members of advocacy group Bring Back Our Girls are asking the government to improve the welfare of the Niger military. The group made the demand during a gathering in Abuja at a special sit-out to honor departed Lieutenant Colonel Abu Ali and other fallen heroes. The campaign group says only a well-motivated force could subdue the Boko Haram terrorists that have pushed for the establishment of an Islamic State and an end to the Western education in the northeast part of the country. While praising the courage of the late Army Colonel, they also called on Nigerians to show love to the families of military officials.
We are also calling on the government to look into the motivation, the welfare of our soldiers. We cannot win the war when our soldiers are not motivated. We must ensure that we give our soldiers all that they need to have, and we must ensure that we stand by those who are falling, we stand by their families, we stand by the families of the soldiers on the front. Basically, that is our message.
Many of these women that are left behind with children can sometimes feel abandoned. So we as a people must learn how not to abandon our soldiers who die sacrificially in the way that the group that recently died, have shown us. So our sense is that while the government, I think one of the things that I learned in the course of this is that they actually do give scholarships to the children that are left behind. But education is one. There are many other things that these families would need. So we all must join together to continue to give them that support and to make them feel that they did not, their husbands, their parents, their fathers, or even their mothers did not die in vain. And so we hope that this tradition of really appreciating the effort of our soldiers who have shown courage, who have shown gallantry, would become a part of us.
Dead after members of the Shiite sect clashed with policemen in Kano State, northwestern Nigeria. A witness said the clash started around Tamburawa on the outskirts of Kano City when the police tried to stop a Shiite protest. According to the Kano police spokesman Magaji Majita, a police sergeant was killed in the clash. This will be the second time the group will be clashing with policemen within a month. Just last month, 13 Shiite members were killed in various clashes with the police force and some hoodlums in Futua, Sokoto and Kaduna states. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Ibe Kachiku has denied reports that government plans to scrap the Niger National Petroleum Cooperation along with other agencies like DPRO and PPPRA. Speaking at a public launch of his books, the minister said such information was mere speculation.
What we've done is to give out what we call draft policies for conversations with all stakeholders, private sector, public sector. Is going to go to the assembly. And even the report didn't say they will scrap an NPC. I think they have been sensational. What they said was that you have a new national oil company in place of an NPC. Those are recommendations. But this is what is already in the PIB. So it's nothing really new. All we might have done is deepen the structure so that it delivers on what we're looking for. So there's no such thing, and it's not even government position yet. It's a draft policy for debate. It's got to go to the Federal Executive Council, maybe accepted or shut down. It's got to go to the Assembly, maybe accepted or shut down. But my ministerial team, obviously as part of our policy development, putting out a draft policy on oil, draft policy on gas, draft PIB for executive arm. So we're churning up all these policies, but they will have to go through engagements. So it's a bit One, I think they're very confidential documents, and I don't think the press should be given any kind of sensational headlines that they're attracting. It's creating more confusion, frankly. They should let the debates happen, and they should let the Federal Executive Council debate and decide what they want, but certainly not scrapping an NPC.
The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics on Monday said annual inflation in Niger rose to 18.3% in October from 17.9% in September this year. The recent figure is the country's highest in 11 years. According to the report, the food sub-index rose by 0.86% to 17.1%, while the core sub-index rose by 0.75% to 18.1%, with the highest increase recorded in housing, water, electricity, petroleum, and education. The urban index also rose by 0.81% to 19.9%, while the rural index rose by 0.84% to 16.9%. The average 12-month annual rate of rise of the index was recorded at 13.76% for the 12-month period ending in October 2016. A militant group in the Niger Delta region, the Niger Delta Avengers, says it will continue attacks on oil installations until the Nigerian government stops its military operation in the area. The Avengers, in a statement, says it is still open to negotiations, but on the condition that the government withdraws its military presence in the region. It asks the president to stop the military from engaging in activities that hinder the peace in the region. The group, which has claimed responsibility for majority of the attacks in the region, had in August this year announced a ceasefire, but it resumed hostilities in September. Last week, the group said it attacked Transforcados pipeline in the Delta State, southern Nigeria. A federal high court in Lagos has stalled the trial of the former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode. The former minister is standing trial for a separate charge of money laundering to the tune of 4.9 billion naira. At the resumed hearing on Monday, his lawyer, Wale Balogo, told the court that his client was unable to come to the court because he was in Kuje prison in Abuja. Others charged alongside the former minister are also a former Minister of State for Finance, Nenandi Usman, and Danjuma Yusuf. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, plans to commence a one-week strike action from Wednesday, November 16th till Tuesday, November 22nd, 2016. The union is accusing the government of defaulting on an agreement reached in 2009.
Our members across the nation are worried that 6 months after the meeting with the Honorable Minister of Education and after a series of letters to amplify the need to respect the spirit and letters of the 2009 agreement and the 2013 MOU, there has been no tangible results on the issues raised above. This failure puts ASU leadership in a severe difficulty, responding to inquiries from members of the union about the state of affairs on our engagement with government. Following a nationwide consultation with our membership, the National Executive Council of ASU rose from its meeting yesterday, 13th November 2016, with a resolution to embark on a one-week warning strike starting from Wednesday, 16th November 2016. The nationwide strike action is total and comprehensive. While it lasts, there shall be no teaching, no examination, no attendance at statutory meetings of any kind in any of our branches.
Newly inaugurated Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has made key appointments. Obaseki has appointed Osoro Oge as a new secretary to the state government. The new SSG was sworn in by the governor at the government house in Benin, the state capital. The governor also appointed Taiwo Akerele as his chief of staff and John Mayaki as his interim chief press secretary.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer.
You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so. Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We are only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one now? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Oil prices fell to its lowest in 3 months on Monday as the prospect of another year of oversupply and weak prices overshadowed chances that OPEC will reach a deal to cut output. Brent crude futures fell 50 cents to $44.25 per barrel, while U.S. crude futures fell 60 cents to $42.81 per barrel. Donald Trump's surprise win in last week's U.S. presidential election boosted the dollar and stocks but undermined oil. Crude has also fallen because of waning expectations that the world's largest exporters will agree to reduce production this month. OPEC plans to cut or freeze output, but analysts doubt the group's ability to reach an agreement at its meeting on November 30th. At least 6 people were killed and many injured when a suicide bomber set off explosives in the district of Ain al-Tamar, south of Baghdad, on Monday. The attack was carried out by 6 suicide bombers near Iraq's holy city of Karbala at the start of a major Shia ritual. In a statement issued, Iraq's Interior Ministry said security forces killed 5 attackers before they could detonate their explosives, but the 6th bomber blew himself up after security forces cornered him into a house. Augustin Matata Ponyo said on Monday he had resigned as Prime Minister of Democratic Republic of Congo in line with a political deal that extends Joseph Kabila's tenure as president. Kabila was due to step down on December 19, 2016, but his ruling coalition and part of the opposition agreed last month to delay a presidential vote until April 2018, citing logistical problems in registering millions of voters and a lack of financing. His departure could pave the way for a government with posts for some of those opposition figures who agreed to election delay. Super Eagles coach General Rule says his team must improve its defending if they are to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Rule also admitted that his team's main problem was the right back position and vowed to continue working to find the right players. Over the weekend, the Super Eagles of Niger extended their lead in Group B of the 2018 World Cup qualifiers after defeating the Desert Foxes of Algeria 3-1 at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Edo State. The win left the Eagles top of the group, which is 5 points ahead of their closest challengers, Cameroon. The Cameroonians are second in the group with 4 points, while Zambia is third in the group with 1 point ahead of Algeria on goal difference. Niger's next game is at home to Cameroon in August 28, 2017. Super Eagles captain John Mikel Obi says he is ready to leave Chelsea in the January transfer window. The 29-year-old, whose contract with his club expires at the end of next season, is yet to make an appearance for the London club. He now says he is ready to consider his situation and is open to offers. Mikel joined Chelsea from Lyn Oslo after a protracted transfer saga in 2006 and has made over 360 appearances for the London club, winning 11 major honors. Borussia Dortmund's chief executive has confirmed that 9-time Olympic sprint champion Usain Bolt will train with the Bundesliga team. Hans-Joachim Watzke told Kicker magazine on Sunday it was no joke and not a marketing move. Dortmund and Bolt are both sponsored by the same Germany-based sports group company, Puma, whose president contracted Dortmund to say that Bolt had asked about training with the team. Bolt is an Olympic world record holder at the 100-meter, 200-meter and 2x100-meter event and is also the first man to win all 3 titles at 3 different Olympic Games.